Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ARK Survival Evolved. This game, I'm going to be foregoing anything above the Fabricator, anything that requires Fabricator. I was going to play a Primitive Plus, however the Primitive Plus mod enabler no longer works. Apparently it hasn't worked since Extinction came out, so that's a thing. And there's just some mods that I'm not willing to play without. As you see, we're something of a giant, and I'm absolutely okay with that. We do have the Viking mod from Eco with S+, which is absolutely essential in my world. We have Death Helper, which gives us these two things. We have the Upgrade Station and Blueprint Station. I'm not going to be using the Augment and Blueprint Station, but they do come with the Upgrade Station. And I'm going to be using the Upgrade Station to not have to go chasing down improved quality, especially since I'm limiting myself to mostly primitive means. So that's where we're at on this. It's going to be a relatively primitive playthrough, so it should be fun and at least a bit more challenging for not having all the extras. And of course, we're going to start with the things that we can build without having to go get ourselves murder victims. So starting with tools, we've got to get pickaxe so that we can get an axe. We've got to get plenty of fiber. We're going to need tons of fiber. So start with our thatch. You get enough thatch, and then you make a pickaxe. And I guess we can make a hat too, so it doesn't hurt anything. In the meantime, we're going to drop all these skins. We don't have any use for those right now. Probably never will. I'm not big on the skins. Some people are, some people love that sort of thing. It's just not my bag. So, a bit more thatch. And then we'll need some stone. Alright, now we can make our axe. And we're going to want to learn these. So we can make our axe. That's a base tool. We definitely need it. There's no way around it. So we need the fiber to make the clothes, but more important than that is actually the narco berries that we're getting, because narcotic is going to be our primary source of experience for a lot of things. And early on it's a little hard to come by, but it's still important. So the berries will keep us fed. Narco berries are for experience. And of course, fibers are going to help us make clothes. And for the other clothes, we're going to need hide. We also need hide to make a bedroll. So hide, very important. So we're going to be looking for dodos and dillos for our hide. And there's some chitin right there. Just can't let him get back out into the ocean. I'd forgotten how bad the stone axe is. And we do need a thatch foundation, because you can't put a mortar and pestle directly on the ground. Alright, and so big thing is we're just going to repair our tools real quick and do our level up. We need the extra health starting out, just because it's going to be a long road. You may notice that I'm actually leveling quite quickly. It is tuned up a bit. So now we've learned Narcotic, which is one of the most important things to learn at all ever. I can't stress enough how important Narcotic is. Storage box as well. Storage box is less important than Narcotic at this point, I'm not gonna lie. So we want to stay away from anything that's going to rob us, you know, pegomastics and stuff like that. But we do want to look for things that we can kill, which at this point is just dillos and dodos, really. This is a pretty good spot for our first platform, but let's go get these dodos first, and Lystrosaurus too. So that's a bonus. I don't want to hit any of those big boys. That would not end well for us. A level 100 female Listrosaur. I'm gonna have to stop and have a bit of a snack. There's the other one. You're a level 12. And that's why you make 2 hatchets. So we're going to come back down here a bit, away from the cove. That cove is a bit of a dangerous place. You've got a lot of carnivores down there. You've got sarcos. It can be hazardous. So really want to be careful about that. So important things. Got narcotic. Yeah, we're capable of making that. Simple bed is terribly important. Wooden club also important. I'm not going to be taming any parasaurs, at least at this point. We might later, but not right away. So first thing we're going to make is 1. And then we need to get a bit more thatch. And I mean, it would choose to rain, wouldn't it? So next up is a simple bed. We're going to skip right over the bedroll. We're also going to make ourselves a club. Some shoes. Alright, so the Carbonemus saddle. The Carbonemus is going to be the first thing that we're going to tame, but not yet. So bed's got to go down. And then let's see what we need here. So we need hide and stone for our mortar and pestle. So that'll be the next thing, is to get our mortar and pestle up and running. And of course we're starving. You notice I'm not actually eating the meat. I'm saving that. Because we're going to want the meat for narcotic. So now we can make stimulant. So we'll repair our tools. Alright, and so now we just need hide. And that involves hunting, so let's go see what we can find. So that packy will knock us right out. The Steggers will murder us outright. So at this point we're getting into dangerous terrain. So we're gonna turn around and we're gonna grab some thatch and some flint, and we're gonna make some arrows. And what we'll do is we'll head down the beach the other direction, and we'll look for some carbonemas down there. And since we'll have arrows, we should be able to just kite them, because they're not exactly fast, which is really the biggest drawback to them as a tame. And they have terrible speed. Although at this point, if we find a dillo, we can probably tame it. Just knock it out with a club, assuming it's not super high level. If it's super high level, we'll run away. And we'll just stop and have a bit of a snack. I'll buy that for $1. Alright, so now we're getting close to being able to build our raft. And once we can do that, we'll be golden. So let's have a jog back the other way. Sorry about that. Hiccups come out of nowhere. So what it essentially boils down to is that by nightfall we need to be gone, because there are Troodons on this beach and they will just knock you out and eat you at night. During the daytime you might not even see them, they'll tend to avoid you or just be completely passive, but at night they get very aggressive, unpleasantly so. Oh, raptors, and that looks like it's an alpha. Thought I saw the glow. So we're just going to sprint away, and hopefully they find something else that they want to eat. Because I am not fast enough to outrun a raptor. Nope. They want to eat me. Alright. So this is a dangerous tactic. Raptors do not swim fast. However, they will sit at the shore, and if you run out of stamina, you can drown. And if you go out too far, you can draw a Megalodon. Yeah. So I have no stamina. They're just going to murder me and eat me. It's completely unavoidable at this point. I'm just trying to get to the surface so I don't drown. And they're still over there. And I'm freezing. And I'm wounded. I've got almost no health. I'm gonna die. There they are, still pacing on the beach. I'm unable to put any real distance between us. My only hope is that something else catches their attention. and that is before I drown, or freeze to death, or get eaten by something else. And it definitely would have been easier to just die. They didn't spot me when I came out of the water, so that's good. That also means that this direction is off limits, which is bad. So definitely not in a particularly good way. It's not an auspicious start, I will say that. There's a Lystrosaur. This is 76. Good experience in that. So yeah, I just absolutely got butchered there. That was terrible. I'm shocked that I survived somehow. And now I'm dead. Don't know what that... Oh, it's a bird. Beef bird. Oh, mass rock there. Hate those birds. So I need 3 more hide. Can't hit this bird to save my freaking life. And I don't know what just happened there. It looks like the game locked up. So, alright, so I had a crash to desktop and it backed us up to where the raptors were, which didn't end nearly as pleasantly this time. So we did not get that Lystrosaur. And stature fiber, so I'll just grab both real quick. And oh, stone. Alright. And so you can make one of these.
Channel open.
And so this will lead you to your corpse. Gives you the direction. So if you were to get lost trying to find your corpse, you can use those. There are those raptors. That's another raptor. I've just got to get deep enough for her to not chase me. Yep, there she goes. I was not really made for swimming. I don't have the stamina for it. And she's just going to pace the shoreline, waiting for me to come close enough to attack. And that's the alpha, who just ate my lunch. I don't see any megas. So we'll see if we can get the pack real quick and get back out to deep water. Not too deep. We just want to be too deep for the raptors, not deep enough for the megas. So, the closer you get to that ledge, the more likely you're going to see a mega. And they will come up here to eat you. But if you stay back from the ledge a little bit, they don't normally come up here enough to notice you. Once you get out to the ledge, then you're taking your life into your own hands. Okay, so now we're exhausted. It's going to be a long swim to get to that rock and hopefully be able to get up on there to rest a bit. Because the other alternative is to tangle with a raptor, which is not something I'm keen on right now. So, just keep our head above water, keep moving. Offer some prayers. Yeah, there's a mega there, some mantas. Those mantas will aggro if I get too close. I just have to hope the mega doesn't see me. We're not going to be able to get up on that rock. So, let's hope the raptor isn't too close by. And I can get some stamina back. It's a very fine line, especially starting out. Once you've got a couple of tames, it's not so bad. But early on, any little slip can mean the end. So there's Lysasaur. So let's take that out. And Pelagornis just robbed us of our narco berries. Because he's a dick. My marberry seeds. But I did get him this time, so that's something at least. So a bit of vindication. And we're going to focus on weight a bit now. But we have leveled up a couple of times, so now we can make our raft. We could also make hide stuff, but we just, I mean, there's not a lot of point in grabbing that right now. We just don't have the means. And level 21 we get our Tranq arrows. So now we're going to need a bunch of wood. When I say bunch, I mean like 250. Guess we forgot to get dressed. So well, that's 250 for the raft. We're also going to want to put a box on it. There's that raptor, so we're just going to stay over here. Keep doing our thing. With the raft, the only thing we have to worry about is the leads. So alright, what else do we need? So we need more hide and more fiber. And I promise all this is going to get easier. And I probably could have started more westerly, where it's a bit more hospitable. But I wanted to be as close to Herbivore Island as possible. I'm just surprised that we haven't run into Dinos. Normally they're some of our first tames to help protect us while we're doing the rest of this. They're also, you know, a good way to be able to start killing other things so that we can come up with more hide. So this is where we get into Sarco territory. There are piranhas in the water. There are Sarcos. So really need to be cautious in this area. There's Carnos. There's a Featherlight. I don't have to mess with him. A Therizinosaur. Those things are mean as blazes. So here's an opportunity. If I can kill one of these Dinos, I can probably knock the other out. I didn't get a chance to see what level it is, shaking around too much. 32. Let's hope. Alright, he's on the run. I need him to not run into the water. He can chop her up. So he's run out in the water, and I've got to wait for him to come back, and then try that all over again. He's all the way across, so yeah. That one's a loss. Which is a pity, because I could have used him. I don't want to mess with that Therizinosaur. I don't want to mess with the Featherlight. Featherlights, they'll stun you. It's not great. Oh, he's coming back. He's ready for round 2. Let's not get this Packy involved. Nope, he got the Packy involved. Looks like Packy's knocked him out in the water. Yep. That Meldillo is unconscious. That's a terror bird. Those are terror birds. Terror birds can jump. They mate boosted here, which is not ideal for me. 3 of them. If I had Tranqs, this would be great. I'm worried one of them's going to get up here. So that stego's got him. That's good news. As long as I don't hit the stego trying to harvest him. Oh, hit the stego. Oh no, wasn't me. It's the other terror bird. Oh shit. I don't know how that fight's going to turn out, but I'm going to hang out just to see. I'm making my raft. I'm going to place that raft. Because sometimes you just need to be able to get away. So, raft placed. And we'll see how this turns out. It looks like the Stego won. Oh, terror bird, terror bird. Yeah, it looks like that terror bird's going to win that, yeah. And he did. And he wants to come after me, so... There you go. There's some stuff for you to eat. Go ahead. Since it couldn't hit me while I was steering, I just drove it over until it aggroed on something else. So, we'll go back and see if that terror bird corpse is still there. It may or may not be. If it is, then we'll get the hide. If it's not, then so be it. That's fate. But first, got to get our nibble on. Now, we were engaged in that fight, so we got quite a lot of experience, which really does wonderful things for us because it means that we can make Tranq arrows now, which just requires that we actually get a freaking mortar and pestle down. Which is something that we have thus far failed to do. And I've made a regular one instead of an S+. Oh, that's how it goes. Not even worried about it. So, we're going to need a lot of narco berries. And we can split all of that out. So we will have tons of meat for at least what we're looking at. I mean, way more than we actually need right now. So a couple other things. I need to make one of these. And then we're going to need to make one of those. Vacuum. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's go on there. Should be able to convert it and pick it up, but that's not working, so whatever. Oh, I do need to do a little bit more crafting real quick. So the bow needs repaired. The axe needs repaired. Clubs needs repaired. Then from there, we'll make all the arrows and the Tranq arrows. to put the bed down. Guess I got to put the gun away for that. And at this point, we're going to get out of dodge. So there are a limited number of risks that I want to take early on this path. I could have gone to a permanent location. All of it entirely. Voice audio is back, but game audio is not. So I'm actually going to go out to Herbivore Island, and then I'll probably cut this video there, and try to figure out why the sound keeps cutting out in between here and the next vid. But this is Herbivore Island, straight out from the cove, and as the name suggests, it is filled with herbivores. There are some piscivores, but they're out on the water for the most part. Either way, nothing terribly hazardous. There's nothing aggro on this island. There are group defenders, such as Tranqs and Brontos, but mostly it's just prey, and that's the way we like it. Our first is going to be an herbivore. We do need an herbivore to help us make more Tranq. So we made it. There was no leads, which is great, because having the raft sunk this early would really put a kink in things. So we're going to cut it here, and next time we'll see about getting ourselves our first dino. And so everybody, as always, stay safe.